Hey shooters, Mark here with ShootingTargets7. Just grabbed our Dueling Tree. Congratulations and thank you for trusting us with your business. In this quick video, I'll walk you through the assembly process simply and easily so you can spend less time assembling and more time shooting. Haven't pulled that trigger yet? Still thinking about it? Stick around because this video will give you an under the hood look at what makes this Dueling Tree so unique. Assembly should only take 10 or 15 minutes. You can do it with simple wrenches, although I do recommend the addition of a socket wrench, and even better still, an impact driver, as I'll be using in this video. The good news is you only got to do this once. As we assemble, I'll be referencing the what's included section from the product page on the website, so you know exactly what parts we are working with and you can follow along easily. Are you ready? Let's dive in and get you shooting. Here's step one. Parts needed for this step are parts B, Q, R, and I. There are 4 of these assemblies. You'll have to assemble all 4 of them. They all go together the exact same way. Note the orientation of the part in relation to the bolt. You want to keep them all the same. See how much easier that impact driver makes that. Next, you insert the spacer and just finger tight this nylock up on top. We'll be removing that later to install the springs. Step 2. Step 2 uses the assembly you just made, as well as parts K and L. Again, there's 4 assemblies that need to be put together, and the process is identical for all of them. You can see I've inserted the bolt here in the opposite direction of the first bolt, and you can watch me bumble through the tightening process here. This is a nylock nut, and this is where you guys without the impact wrenches are really going to hate me. This is going to take a while to do with simple wrenches. The impact here is a real time saver. Ratchet's going to save you time as well, but this is by far the easiest method. That does need to be tight, and tighten it up securely and set it aside and complete the other 3. You'll want to assemble all of them in the same fashion so they are oriented in the same way, as can be seen here with the stop there facing the same direction. Step 3. Parts needed here are parts A, H, P, R, and G. Next, we'll assemble the paddle swivel bracket assemblies. There are 4 of these. They all go together the same. Long spacer goes in between the 2. Then the nylock nut. We want to tighten this up snugly, but to have enough play there so we can rotate the plates slightly, or you'll have a hard time installing them on the spine of the tree. Next, the shorter of the 2 spacers and that nylock nut, once again, just snug that finger tight. We'll be removing those to install the springs, and you should have 4 assemblies that look just alike, just like you see here. Step 4. It's really going to start to speed up now, guys. This uses parts O, F, U, and S. Pay particular attention to the orientation of these parts as I assemble them. This will ensure that your legs are facing the right direction when you're all done. You'll want to tighten these up completely so the legs are secure. There you go. Step 5. Step 5 uses parts V, O, T, and S. Next, we'll attach the front leg to the mast. This utilizes a captive nut attachment. It's very secure. Take note of the orientation of the legs. They are splayed to the rear of the tree. You'll want to make sure you do that before you tighten this, or you'll have to undo it and redo it. And tighten up full tight. It can take a maximum of 80 foot-pounds, and at that point it'll have nearly 10,000 pounds of tension, essentially fusing it to the mast. Step 6. Step 6 uses parts W, V, S, and U. This one's real easy, guys. We're just going to attach the adjustment leg to the front leg. And the reason it's got that round hole in the bottom there is so you can use ground stakes, completely optional, but for sometimes with heavier paddles, it can be useful. And you just change the angle on that to adjust the lean of the tree and tighten it down securely. Step 7. Step 7 uses parts C, U, and S. Okay, now you should be able to pull that base and set it on the ground, and that'll give you a nice platform to attach the spine to the mast. And I'm able to do it here by myself. It's fairly simple. The best way to do it is to put the bottom bolt through the hole to kind of take the weight off of it for you. And there's 2 bolts and 2 nuts. You'll need to tighten both of these. Take care to make sure that the mast is in line with the spine. There has to be a bit of play there to ensure we don't have any assembly issues. And make note of that to make sure that it's straight. Again, you want to fully tighten these up, and that's a nice tight package. Step 8. Step 8 uses parts D, N, M, and the paddle bracket assemblies from earlier. Next, we'll be inserting the paddle swivel bracket assemblies into the spine. It's best to do these one at a time. First to use, that's an AR500 washer, by the way. It protects the slot, the tab and slot. And this is a bit tricky to do at first, but it gets easier the more you do it. And you only got to do it once. So just finger tight these. And then follow up behind it with a wrench or impact wrench and tighten them up quite tightly. And they'll stay put. Step 9. Step 9 uses the paddle swivel bracket assemblies and parts E and L. Here's how you install the paddle hangers into the paddle swivel brackets. Tip the 2 spacers on the bolt there, pass them through the holes, and then attach the thin 1/2-inch nylock nut. You do these one at a time, and then you go back and tighten them up. Now you don't want any play in these, but yet you want them to rotate freely. And it should be very easy to push back and forth with a finger just like that. You don't want any tension or drag on there. You also don't want any play. Step 10. Step 10 uses parts T and S. Alright guys, it's time to install our paddles. Again, this is using our Ultramega system, our Ultramega targets. And again, we're utilizing a captive nut here. Works very well. And there's no need for our acorn bolts here, guys, like we use on our Ultramega hangers, because it is blocked by the section of the spine there, and they can't get hit. Tighten those up real good with an impact wrench. Step 11. This is it, guys, last step. We're going to put the springs on now. You see I put that on the back there and put that nut over there. That helps to keep it from flying off if you lose your grip. You're going to want to get a good pair of needle nose pliers here and make this easy on yourself. Could be difficult if you don't have the right tools. And again, you want to tighten these down. You don't want to go super tight with them. Leave just a bit of slack there. And you can see that toggle spring gives a nice clicky action there, and I'll explain why that's beneficial in my tuning video. Okay guys, that's it for this one. I hope you've learned a lot, and if you have any questions, watch the video as many times as you like, or reach out and I'll do my best to answer any additional questions you might have. Let freedom ring.